Friends, I couldn't sleep last night. Yesterday was a truly horrific day, one of many in this administration. Not only did we have the second execution on video of peaceful protesters in Minnesota, the same state which saw 2 of their legislators shot, the Speaker Emeritus and her family murdered just months ago, but we had our first verified ICE kidnapping by masked, unidentified gunmen of an immigrant in Howard County. I try to be careful with my words, to not cause undue harm or haste, to turn down the temperature and to stay disciplined because I recognize my reach and my responsibility. But how is what ICE is doing any different from the violent criminals that they claim to be protecting us from? It does not escape my notice that the man who murdered Melissa Hortman was impersonating law enforcement. And the immediate and repeated gaslighting by this lawless administration is beyond the pale. As more information comes out about the shooting of Alex Priddy and Renee Good, the picture becomes very clear. By their own accounts, Renee Good was a fucking bitch, and Alex Priddy was just like Call of Duty. So cool, huh? As a state representative, the cruelty and constancy is overwhelming by design. Every day we lose another right, another federal protection, safeguard, safety net. In 2008, not long before my mother passed, she said to me, "Democracy is young and it is fragile. And if we don't fight to preserve it, we could lose it." Minnesotans are risking their lives and their livelihoods to stand up against this regime, and we stand firmly with them. Maryland, we are called to meet this moment. When I ran in 2018, what we are seeing today is what I feared most and why I raised my hand to serve. Maryland is far from insulated from the violence that's being perpetrated on cities such as Minneapolis and Portland, Los Angeles and Chicago. Already the Trump administration has attacked our federal workforce and our federal contracts, our funding, withheld emergency relief, our hospital system, our healthcare system, and now they're coming for our communities of color and our voter rolls. I cannot control the federal government, nor a rogue Supreme Court who has given the president a blank check for criminality, but I can represent you and assert our state's right to protect our Maryland residents. I wish I could focus solely on Maryland issues, on reducing our energy bills and increasing capacity, on reducing our ED wait times and insurance rates, rebuilding the Key Bridge and finding the funding to replace the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, on making homeownership and retirement more attainable, on bettering the quality of life for all of us. But it is beyond reason to ignore what is happening across the country due to the actions and inactions of those in power just 35 miles down the road. This session, we will be considering many options on how to keep Marylanders safe, including a package of public safety protections which ensure our trained, qualified law enforcement focus on community policing and local public safety, while also protecting our communities from illegal and unconstitutional harassment by an untrained, unqualified, and unvetted individuals given a gun and a license to do the most harm. A ban on 287G agreements. A bill to protect sensitive and sacred spaces. A bill prohibiting the use of masks and requiring identification by federal immigration enforcement. And a bill to unmask using technology in the course of investigating and prosecuting illegal activity against Marylanders by federal agents. Just 4 days ago, DHS changed their story about the shooting in Glen Burnie, in my county, on Christmas Eve, because our local law enforcement was able to investigate and challenge their accounts of events. Now, for the most part, these are not new bills to the House, having passed them in previous sessions. I'm grateful that the Senate President has made them a priority in 2026. Now, you will hear from some who do not wish us to move forward on any limitations to the federal government, or want us to pretend that what happens in Washington has no impact on our state or our financial challenges. That somehow, if we do this, we aren't concerned about Marylanders. Here's the thing. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can respond to federally sanctioned executions by a police state while still funding our schools and protecting our Chesapeake Bay, and holding utilities accountable for price gouging and violating antitrust laws. We can and we must. Please stay engaged, stay vigilant, stay safe this week, and know that I am fighting for you every day.